Hey guys, welcome back to Steel City Sports. So last night we finally found out that Travis Hunter is officially the 2024 Heisman. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about that right now. I want to talk about kind of the discourse, the reaction to this going down last night, and do I think Travis Hunter was the rightful winner? That's something that I want you to let me know down in the comments. Do you think Travis Hunter deserved to be the Heisman this year? So I don't really understand how people were surprised by this, because if you just follow the betting markets, Travis Hunter was a minus 2,300 favorite to win this award going into the ceremony. If you don't know how betting works, you would have to bet $2,300 to win $100. So that basically shows you it was a statistical lock that Travis Hunter was going to win the Heisman. I was not surprised by this whatsoever when I saw that number when I woke up yesterday. So not surprised by this outcome. However, I do believe that they picked the wrong player. I do believe that Ashton Jeanty should have been the Heisman. That's not me hating on Travis Hunter. And I'm starting to get pissed off at, the discourse around this, because this broke the internet last night. A lot of people were really, really pissed about this. A lot of the Ashton Jeanty supporters were really just saying, Travis Hunter is like undeserving of this, or really shitting on Travis Hunter. I don't like that at all. I'm a massive Travis Hunter fan. I can't wait to see what he does in the NFL. But I don't think that me saying Jeanty should have won this award is like me hating on Travis Hunter. I just think that what Jeanty did impressed me more, because statistically, when you're just looking at an individual season, Ashton Jeanty had the second most rushing yards of all time for running back in a single season. So that's legitimately like once in a generation level production we got from Ashton Jeanty. And it's not like he went to Ohio State or Oregon and ran behind like their great offensive lines and put up these massive numbers. He went to fucking Boise State and carried that program to a first-round playoff bye, winning the Mountain West and getting a first-round playoff bye for Boise State. Whereas with Colorado, they're not even in the playoff. They kind of collapsed. And this is something, in the argument that I really don't understand, because I feel like the Ashton Jeanty detractors, the main argument against Ashton Jeanty is, well, they didn't really play anybody, It is the Mountain West. It's Boise State. They're not really playing real players. Well, who the fuck did Colorado play? That's my thing. It's like when you're going to make that argument for Ashton Jeanty and then turn around to support Travis Hunter's argument, it kind of applies to that as well. It's not like Colorado was playing the stiffest of competition as well. And as a matter of fact, as I remember, Ashton Jeanty's Boise State played Oregon, and Ashton Jeanty fucking feasted against Oregon. So I think anyone that makes that argument doesn't really know what the fuck they're talking about. I think if that is your main argument in this Heisman race, you don't know what you're saying, because it's not like Colorado had that great of competition as well, and they kind of crumbled. Colorado could have controlled their destiny. If they just would have won in the end of the year, they could have been in the playoff. They could have been the Big 12 champions. There was a point in time where it was looking like they could have been the Big 12 champs this year, but they crumbled. They lost the big games. I believe they lost to Utah. They lost to Arizona State. You guys have to correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I know they lost to Utah. They lost to Nebraska, and Nebraska ain't anything special. So That to me kind of, I think, is a little silly when people make that argument in the favor of Travis Hunter's, when they say, oh, well, the Boise State didn't really play anybody. Who the fuck did Colorado play? And it's not like when they played real teams, they did that good either. So take that out of it, just looking at it from what these guys individually did on the field. And I think what Ashton Jeanty did, to me at least, not to everybody, obviously not to the voters of the Heisman Award, but for me personally, I think what Ashton Jeanty did was just more impressive overall, what he did to put not a very, Boise State, it's not like they got the top recruits by any stretch of the imagination. Put a fucking school, an organization on his back and carried them to not only the college football playoff, but winning his conference, winning the Mountain West Conference, and on top of that, being a first-round playoff bye. And on top of that, he has the statistical case. We haven't seen a running back season this fucking dominant since Barry Sanders. So you have to go back, I don't know, what year was that? The late 80s? So, we're talking 35-plus years we haven't seen a dominant running back, a running back as dominant as this. So, it would be one thing if, like, Boise State sucked. He was putting up these numbers, but they were still losing. They didn't make the playoff. They weren't very good. He's the reason why They're a first-round bye. You take Ashton Jeanty off Boise State, they're a complete nobody. They're nothing. So that's really my main argument, but I'm not trying to take away from Travis Hunter. I understand what he did was generational as well, to play two positions at an elite level, to basically never leave the field, playing basically every snap. I get it. He won the Biletnikoff, which is college football's best receiver. He put up monstrous numbers as a wide receiver, which, even throughout this season, I've always been saying about Travis Hunter, because the big storyline with Travis Hunter entering the NFL is he's going to have to pick a side of the ball. Is he going to play corner, receiver? I was always heavily on the side of he should be a cornerback. That's what he came out of high school. That's why Dion recruited him. They have the connection there, both being corners. He was the top corner prospect coming out of high school, so I always just thought he was going to go back to playing corner when he got to the NFL. However, he just won the fucking Biletnikoff. So that kind of, to me, changes the discourse. And if I'm Travis Hunter, when I look around at the landscape of the NFL, your top DBs make really good money, 20-ish, I think, around. I don't know. I don't have Jalen Ramsey's contract pulled up, but I think it's like the 20-25 range. Whereas receivers, we could see Jamar Chase potentially get like $40 million a year. So I 100% get why Travis Hunter wants to do that, kind of transition more to receiver. And he can clearly dominate at that position as well. So I get it. I don't think it's like a very lopsided thing, even though I'm one of those people that think that Ashton Jeanty should have won this award. I don't think it's crazy that Travis Hunter won this, and I think the people, there are some really big detractors towards Travis Hunter who are in the Jeanty camp. I'm not too blown away by this. It's not surprising for me for him to dominate at both positions. The one thing, though, and this is just kind of a side note, and we can wrap up the video. One thing that really did surprise me was we actually got the official ballot. So we got to see where all the votes went, who got how many votes. Cam Ward placed 4th out of the 4 candidates. That actually really, really surprised me because there was a good chunk of the season, I'm talking about 5 or 6 games, the middle part of this college football season, where Cam Ward was the favorite to win the Heisman. For a long stretch of time, a big part of the season, Cam Ward was the favorite. Then we get this ballot, and Cam Ward was last of these 4 guys. Dillon Gabriel actually got more Heisman votes than Cam Ward. That, to me, was fucking crazy. I think Dillon Gabriel is a really good player. Of course, put up great numbers at Oregon and their system. But I think Cam Ward, to me, had a much more compelling argument for Heisman than Dillon Gabriel. That, to me, really, really shocked me. I still think it's kind of bullshit that Miami didn't get into the playoff. I get it. They lost big games towards the end. But it's just, this is something we can talk about in a separate video. But this college football playoff format is so fucked up. It's going to take a while for them to work out the kinks of this because Cam Ward and Miami not making it to be basically a top, 6, top 5 ranked team for 75% of the season, and then they're not in the playoff, to me, literally makes 0 sense. And I think if you want to make it an argument from just a pure money standpoint, that's all these fucking people care about is what drives ratings, what drives revenue. People would much rather watch Cam Ward in Miami over fucking SMU or Clemson for the ACC. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm probably going to talk about that in a separate video. I definitely do plan on making a breakdown prediction video of the college football bracket. I really am looking forward to that video. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But in terms of this Heisman race, just crazy. It really was a crazy race. And the thing that really shocked me was people's reaction to all this going down. So you let me know down in the comments, who do you think won this award? Travis Hunter won this award. Give him all the props in the world. I do think Jeanty had a better compelling argument, in my opinion, but that doesn't take away from Hunter whatsoever. He is now forever a Heisman, so that's an incredible accomplishment. Rooting for Travis Hunter in the NFL. So let me know down in the comments, was he the rightful winner? If you made it this far in the video, appreciate you listening to me blab on here. Please like and subscribe.